how about them Trojans? You know, we obviously there's a million things that could be said, and really do appreciate Florida for being such an incredible host. But, you know, as it pertains to us, we were prepared for this. That is not something that's just being said after the fact. We were absolutely prepared for this every step of the way. Everything that's, you know, going on inside of our program, we were built to do what we did, and we absolutely earned it. And I think there's a lot of beauty in the way we earned it. You know, losing that first game, which was a tough one to Miami, and then having to come through the hard way. It just says everything that you want to know, and I've said it once, I'll say it a million times, and I'll say it a million more till I'm done coaching, when hopefully a million years from now, culture prevails. And when you have the culture we have, you find a way to do special things. And we've had our hearts ripped out in our program many of times, and you know what? They reward you in life for being tough, and our program is built on that. Trojan tough is a different thing. And, you know, the way that we played, in particular these last two games against one of the best teams in the country. Sully's an all-time great coach, and they have all-time, you know, I mean, those are some dudes over there now. But the Trojans were ready, and we got it done.
Coach, you told me on Thursday that you guys are here because you're good. What kind of statement was this weekend? I
mean, there wasn't a fluke to this. And I'm not saying that to be pompous or egotistical. I mean, I speak what I really believe, and I know sometimes people maybe are taken aback by that, but I told you that on Thursday. I'm not saying it after the fact. I believe. I mean, you know, you there's a lot. I won't go on a whole diatribe of like every single player, but I mean, there's guys in our program that, and some programs would have been left for dead during the season. I mean, look at this guy. Right? He had struggles. And I went back, too, and I would pull it up. I kid you not. I have a March 6th text that I read to our coaches before we left, and Jabe doesn't even know this. And he was just not in a bad place as a player, which it happens sometimes. But he sent me a text message that if I didn't have 375 text messages to scroll back, I could get to it. But he owned his struggle, like actually owned it. Not like, hey, I'm going to talk to coach and I'm going to be better. And it was like the best text I've ever got. And I read it to our coaches the other day as he had started to play well, and was like, "Do you guys remember this?" Because I shared it with a couple of the other coaches. I'm like, that tells you the kind of character you have. And then you look at this guy. I mean, if you guys saw his first two outings this year, it didn't go great, okay? But you know what?
Nope.
Things changed. You stayed the course. And one thing that I always learned from the guy that, you know, took a chance on me, you know, 19 years ago, Jimmy Schmitz, who I always give credit to for my career, as does, I know, Coach Wolgamox. We were together at Eastern Illinois in the 2012 season. But he always said to me, and sometimes he would rip me doing it, and he'll appreciate me saying that, but he'd say, it's easy to coach the dudes, but can you get the last guy to become the best guy? And I'm not saying these guys are last guys, so don't miss. I know my words sometimes can get twisted. This is not one of those. But you have to continue to push and try to elevate guys, especially when you have belief in them. And that's certainly what happened. And these two guys, it's just so great to look at where they were. You know, if we look the first two games in the season, he was 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, and he came in and threw 3 wild pitches and gave up 3 runs. That's what happened. Okay? And now you see the effort he gave, and then obviously this guy being the regional MVP, it's just it's incredibly poetic.
Coach, just the emotion now of a week ago, you know, wondering if your name was going to, you know, even be called, to now you guys, I believe, will be hosting Supers. You know, just, you know, I mean, the players can answer this too, but just, again, the emotion, and again, now having a super regional happening in Troy.
Well, let's let Jabe answer first on that.
I would say maybe to the outside, you know, you may not have believed in us, but the culture, I mean, we all knew, we all believed, and we all knew that we had what it took, and us hosting that is just a real treat and dessert for all our hard work and everything that we went through. You know, getting punched in the gut against Southern Miss in the conference tournament, you know, we just have been through so much, and we deserve it. We deserve it.
Coach, for some of us who haven't had a chance to talk to you guys, just can you recall evaluating Jabe and just what stood out to you about him that made you believe that he'd be capable of a performance like this tonight?
Well, he came to a camp in high school, and he hit one off the, there's a little electrical pole on the lights. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh my gosh, that was
I got a weird memory. Listen, you don't want to go down the Rolodex of this brain's a problem. It's not a good thing. But I hit one off the pole, and he was, he had ended up hurting his elbow. And so, he needed to go to junior college. It was the right thing. And, he had great numbers his freshman year. And then as they were getting back to his sophomore year, we had heard he really changed his body. Dropped a bunch of body fat, really leaned up. And so we saw him play in the fall, and we were a little unsure where he was going to go positionally. But a bat's a bat. And, he ended up being a first-team All-American and nearly won a Triple Crown. And I think the most impressive thing is how well he's caught. Caden Reeves was doing an amazing job. Caden Reeves is a future superstar in our program. And he got a concussion on a breaking ball that got under his helmet, and he was out for like 11 days. And we needed someone to step up because Jimmy also had tweaked his groin at the same time, which is not ideal, by the way, because he's pretty good. And Jabe filled in, and he played great. We pitched great, and he continued to be able to do that. And I think getting him to be able to catch, it almost parlayed more freedom into his offensive deal. But, look, one thing we knew about him, if he does hit the ball, it's going to go really hard and far. We've always said that, but, man, the quality of the bats have absolutely been through the roof over these last 3 weeks.
Jabe, what have these 2 days been like for you? Grand slam, kind of broke it open, 3-run shot tonight.
It's really just surreal. It doesn't feel real at all. But it's a really a really good feeling, and I don't know. I give all the glory to God because He's gonna put you through some struggles, and you just have to believe in Him and have trust in that He has a greater plan for you. And not saying it's the end of the plan or anything, or the plan for the team, but you just have to believe. And
Hayden getting the start on 1 day's rest. I mean, coming out and having a lead before you even threw your first pitch, how key was that for you kind of establishing your tempo?
It was big for me. I mean, it's no secret that my whole game plan is to pitch to contact. 50% strikes today, maybe not the best, but it worked out. But yeah, it's huge when we get a lead and I can just go in there and just, here it is, try and hit it. That's big for me. It's been big for me all year. So yeah.
How pumped were you to find out that you were getting the ball in a championship final?
Oh, I was ecstatic. This is a dream come true for me, literally. When I walked out on the field today, just wandering into the bullpen, I take a second to take it in, and I was just in awe.
Just the team's confidence level after yesterday. I mean, how confident are you guys heading into today based on what you guys did yesterday? I mean, it's baseball. Every game's going to be different, but that you guys were going to get it done today.
You wouldn't believe how confident this team is. I don't know if you've ever met Blake Cavell, but that guy is the most confident human being on the planet. But yeah, I mean, we're ready to roll through anyone. I mean, doesn't matter. I mean, this regional showed it just like he said. I mean, we dropped that game. I mean, let's look back at like SEC or not the SEC tournament. Oops, SBC tournament. We dropped a game and we had to come back on that Saturday, beat South Al, and then beat Southern just to get in, have a chance of getting in. Did it? Teams don't do that. And then to come out literally yesterday and have to beat Miami and then beat Florida at home. No one does that. 2 times in 2 weeks? Come on. This team is built for it.
Coach, your first couple of games, the wind was really kind of gusting out. Tonight was a little bit of a different night. You guys still put up 10 runs. What does that say about maybe your approach to the plate and how I know you had the bunt, for example, with the single with the players not covering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was certainly a big fan of that. That safety was there. There was obviously some things that we felt like we could take advantage of, and we did. And Jabe's swing to push it from 7-2 to 10-2 was massive. But our offense is really, really good. I've said it many times. I know he was in timeout the last couple of days, but Ben is as good a hitting guy as there is, and I know he'll challenge the heck out of these guys, but they know that he will get them better. And in the end, you're allowed to challenge people. We've said that and continue to articulate that to our guys. And I think, honestly, early in the year with our schedule and some of the struggles we had, I think some guys weren't sure how to handle it. And I think we had to really define, like, the fact that if you're being challenged or, gotten on, if you will, that means we love you more because we think you can be great. So we're going to do whatever it takes to get you there, you know. And I think what we did offensively in this regional throughout, even the first game against Miami, we were excellent. You know, it's a huge credit to him and the system that we have in place. And then, of course, we have dudes. I mean, like, look at these guys. Like, they're absolute animals. When they hit the ball, they impact the heck out of it. But we can also diversify and do many of different things when the game asks for it.
Coach, just wanted to get your thoughts again. As for, I mean, I don't know. Foso works on Florida, but obviously Little Rock, probably not the super opponent you guys maybe thought you would see if you get past. And just, again, them and having those games at home and being able to host.
Yeah, I mean, I know Coach Curry's done an amazing job. They've been these last couple of years in the tournament. They've been incredible. You know, I'm not going to dive in. Most certainly, I will actually allow myself. I'll say it here on record since you guys have me on video. I will make sure I don't do any recon on them till at minimum like 8 o'clock tomorrow night. I'll give myself a 23-hour grace period. But I just think the great part is the opportunity to host. You know, I just, having been a part of something as a player where you win a regional, which comes out of nowhere, and I don't mean we came out of nowhere, but it happened to me as a player, and then we find out on a bus ride back that there had been an upset, and then we at Louisville were going to get to host, was one of the coolest things ever. So for me to be able to tell our players, which they probably knew because they're on their phones and they kind of know everything, but just to be able to like tell the guys that and know that. By the way, it doesn't matter like who we're playing. We're going to prepare and be ready to go. Like, that will not be a problematic narrative for us, right? We were just as angry and full of whatever verbiage you want to put in there when we played Ryder, just like we did when we played Miami. And that's who we are foundationally. You know what I mean? And so that will not be an issue whatsoever for us. I can guarantee you of that.
And then just the pitching. I mean, holding, again, pitching three guys who are all on 1 or 2 days rest and holding an offense like that to 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought we pitched excellent. I mean, there's some things I'm not going to dive into in terms of what we did to flip some script, but because we have more games to play, so I'm not going to, you know, but there were some things we told the guys, hey, we're going to do, and this is going to look different, and you got to have the, I guess I can say it, I don't really care. You got to have the nuts to do it. And if you do it, I promise you success will follow. And Hayden can tell you, just because him being a pitcher, that was exactly what we said. We are going to change things on Sunday morning against Miami. We have to do things different. We have to do it against Florida last night. We did. It was successful. We can sit there and look at there being 11. Cooper Ellingworth pitched his butt off, right? We had a couple bad luck things. We don't have a couple plays maybe go our way, but we pitched really well. And then obviously today was a masterpiece of our 3 guys. Hayden, Stubbs coming in there and getting 3 outs, and then of course Thigpen. It was a magnificent moment for him. But I'll leave some of the specifics out, but we certainly had to do some things a little bit different, and it worked.
Hayden, you kind of had that little Freudian slip in there when you said SEC. Just a weekend like this, how much does it further validate the leap of faith, the decision you made last year to come to this program, leave your home state?
It's everything to me. I mean, the school that I came from actually is no longer playing, so that's all I got to say about that.
You hear about Cinderellas and NCAA basketball a lot. Number 3 seed here, you're going to play a number 4 seed, another number 4 seed got in. I mean, what is it to say about just the tournament, just like what can happen? It's interesting. Of course, we're in the thralls of battle, so you don't get to see and dissect every aspect of the game. But I will tell you, and I don't know if any guys did this, and I probably watched things from maybe a different lens than the players as I should. But I was watching St. John's, Florida State, right? Florida State's got one of the greatest coaches I think in the world. And but you were watching the game and you felt a little bit like, man, St. John's has got this house money feel to it, and you could see some guys maybe not have some freedom in their swings because they're so good offensively, and St. John's ends up winning there. And I do think there's something to that pressure that can get to some of the hosts. And I'm not saying that had anything to do with here, by the way. I'm just giving you an answer kind of to an overview thought. But we told our guys, let that seep in, let that doubt, let that, hey, this isn't going the way it's supposed to. But in terms of us, and I mean this not to disregard what you're saying, but like, there's no part of us that like thinks Cinderella, because Cinderella, no offense, Cinderella generally means you're not supposed to. This is what we're supposed to do, okay? Our AD in the back, Kyle, who's been incredible, and Brent Jones, who was our AD before. Everything that I speak about, I'm fortunate to speak a lot, and maybe sometimes people get tired of hearing me, but all I've talked about is we're trying to win a national championship, and anything less than that is failure. And while sometimes people think that might be a way to galvanize a room or to get donors excited, I'm not joking, okay? Who would be crazy enough to schedule our schedule, to do the things we do, to put yourself out there if we don't think that we can win a national championship, okay? I'm not saying we will. We got a lot of work to do. We got to play great against Little Rock, right? That's what we'll prepare to do. But I didn't become a head coach to just say, "Oh, you did a good job, nice job." No, we do everything strategically to give ourselves at Troy University an opportunity to win a national championship, because only one team celebrates at the end of this thing. Okay, there's literally one team. Last year it was LSU, Tennessee the year before that, LSU before that, Ole Miss the year before that, right? Mississippi State the year before that. So you're doing everything in your program, from how you feed them, what you spend money on, how you coach them, all that stuff, to do that. So we do not want that mantra about us. We want to be a great team with dudes and have a presence. And I know this, and I know sometimes people don't like it. Our guys play with a freedom, but if you look, the one thing I'll say, and I'll say it to this room, however many's in here, go check. It's very rare you see our guys get in a banner with other teams. Because guess what? There's about 4 coaches that are like yelling at them. I'm not saying we're perfect. We've had a moment or two. I'm sure I'll get something on Twitter say, "Hey, I got this one." I get it. But we are about Troy, because nothing's better than celebrating with the boys. My favorite part of this entire day hasn't even happened yet. Because you know what it's going to be? It's going to be getting on the bus with all the guys and thinking of something to rev them up, because that's what it's about. It's about celebrating with your family, your real family, your blood family, and then your other family, which in our world is all the guys. That's what it's absolutely about. And so, but we don't look at it like a Cinderella. That's just not how we're gonna think. We have to have that bravado of who we are and whom we strive to be our best selves.
Well, probably a poor choice of words.
I don't mean that bad. No.
However, just about the tournament.
Yeah.
Just the unpredictability. That's kind of what I want you to
Yeah.
kind of talk about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Unpredictability.
I get going. I get
A
excited.
tournament like this,
My
you
bad.
have, you're coming here and beating
Yeah.
the number 8 seed. You got
Okay.
Florida State losing
Yeah.
to the number 4 seed, etc.
Maybe I'm 0 for 1, so don't kill me if I go 0 for 2 on answer this way. But I think it's just, if you are a program like a Florida State or what Georgia Tech did this year, UCLA, unfortunately, Coach Savage is one of the greatest of all time. Like, if you put yourself in the fight every year, you're going to eventually, get there. But it's just really tough. It's really tough in baseball. It's just you can have so much depth and so much talent, but unlike football where you can just outstrong somebody, basketball where you can just have a guy that is just like, "Hey man, I'm giving the ball to MJ, good luck." It's just different in our sport, and so beautiful things do happen where unpredictability prevails. And look, there's a reason college baseball is, the excitement is through the roof. And I think things that happen, such as what you're saying in the tournament, it is an absolutely great thing for the sport. It's a great thing for the sport to have us, hosting a super. I don't know some of the others that may work out where, someone else does too, but it's what it's all about, because this sport should be popular on every campus in the country, because these guys are just like the football and basketball guys. They devote their life to this 365 days a year. It's everything to them. And so when they get that huge support, it can be pretty riveting.
You guys make the 5-hour trip south. Just how much did the support from the fans who were loud all weekend for this team, how much did that mean to you guys throughout the last couple days?
I was really impressed. Just the way that they showed up, number one, but number two, they kept the clap going. I pester them about the clap with 2 strikes at home, which if it has to be going, and that's super coming up. There will be no glitches. However many people we can sit in there, Kyle's in the back working his tail off. If we can get 19,000 people to surround the stadium, I'll pay off the fire marshal to allow it, okay? But the fans were awesome. you know, and I really, I think it's really cool for some of the people that I saw that they get to enjoy in it. I'll enjoy in it at some point to the full degree, but it's really awesome for those fans, you know, like especially the ones that, you know, made the drive down here or that have been Trojans a lot longer than me, right? I've only been a Trojan for, you know, 4 years and 11 months. There's some people that have been Trojans for 70 years, you know, and so I'm just really happy for them because they get to rock the power tee really, really hard right now.
You nailed the second answer, by the way.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.